Good morning and welcome to Joy News Interactive with me, Victor Brache. For the next 30 minutes, we are on the Joy News channel on Multi TV, as well as on Gold TV 144 and DSTV 421. As always, we have a lot to talk about: ex gratia payments for the outgoing president and MPs, the takeovers by suspected NPP vigilantes of airports and public toilets, and guess what? The Guantanamo Bay 2 are back this February. All things being equal, their case will commence on the 8th of February. It's an interactive show, so you can send in your comments via our Facebook and Twitter handles, which is Joy News on TV. My name is Victor Brache, and if your devices are charged, let's get started. The year has started on a very interesting and exciting note, with the inauguration of President Akufo-Addo, the speech that made international headlines, and now the announcement of 13 ministers designate to selected portfolios. One that has caught the attention of many on social media is that of senior minister, with many asking about the position and how it contributes to good governance. We posted the question on Facebook and asked how you understand the position of a senior minister. So I'm going to read a couple of your comments on our Facebook wall. Nana is the first person to have sent in a message, and I read his message. He says, the senior minister will supervise the activities of all other appointees and ensure discipline at all levels. He will also help Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who will be heading the country's economic management team to put the country on sound economic footing. It ends with buddies. And then we have Nana Kofi Champon, who says, Ghanaians like talking too much. Mr. President has already explained everything and has chosen the right person for the job. Hashtag Ghana for Kasa. And Senior Kojo Sapon Jr. says, I'm a bit startled with why people should be infuriated with this position. I'm not in the position to spell out the role of the senior minister, but I think his main duty would be to superintend the various ministries and act as an oversight machinery on all ministries and the state of the executive. I think the position is worth it. Nanayao Mystique says, what's the point in this creation of senior minister and the chief of staff, considering the role of both? Maybe there should be more clarification on this. That was some 43 minutes ago. We have Mufti Van Gaal, GH, who says, hope they work with confidence and also perform duty of account. And we have Prince Nuruddin Bawumia, who says the media should have asked the president for further clarification. Then Papa Kwame says, is it true that he awarded a printing contract to a company? Which, okay, all right, we'll come back to that one. We have Yinra Pa Akofa Dankwa says he is to supervise the whole body of ministers, contribute to development, formulate plans of actions. Sule Abdul says Akufo-Addo knows the right person for that position. Then Salifu One Heart the second says, let's wait and see what would happen next. Vincent Caleb says, great. Christian D. Ofori, in an hour ago, shared his comments and says, I think he's moving in the right direction. You can still join us on Facebook. Share with us your comments. Tell us what you actually think about the Nana Akufo-Addo's choice of a senior minister for his governance. So that's what you think. That's what you've shared with us. So let's hear President Akufo-Addo explaining the role.
I believe is going to be of invaluable assistance, especially to the chairman of the economic management team, that is Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. The economy is a major problem confronting our government and our people. What we can do to bring the Ghanaian economy back on the path of prosperity and progress, that has to be the major priority of our government. And I'm trying to assemble as strong a team as possible that will take care of this important task. And Yao Safamaf is going to play a very important part in it.
Well, I guess that clears up that issue, right? Another pressing issue that has taken over social media is the outburst of takeovers of public toilets and toll booths by NPP vigilantes. A recent case that was reported was when a bunch of them tried to forcibly evict tenants from Kwame Nkrumah's flat at Little Okoshi. But what really disturbs many in the apparent silence from the relevant authorities on this, you shared your views with us on Facebook. We're going to read a couple of your message on Facebook about people from the NPP who are out there trying to seize public offices or take over public institutions. We have Rafik Adams who says, you see, the uncultured and nurtured of the NPP, uncultured and nature of the NPP leadership has gotten to the grassroots of the party. How on earth a mere NPP one-vote supporter destroy thousands of cedis property just because he calls himself a foot soldier without being asked to be arrested and prosecuted. We have Andrew Shufi who says the security agencies are not asleep. It is like those days when NDC man pulled out a pistol and shot, but till today, the man is still freely walking on the street. To say the least, the act is wrong and should not be encouraged. We have Daniel Sefako who says, Eraze Bejistiano Nagana for Abre. As a God come and take the steering wheel because Ghanaians are, oh, okay. Right, but just still on Ghana for Aboro. All right, fine. I get that one. Nana Kunama says, where are the security agencies in this country? Are they asleep? Don't they hear what's going on if they don't see? This is very bad, in fact, barbaric. Yes, yes, because it shouldn't happen in this modern century. All these people must be arrested. And in quote, he says, your government is in power, and so what? All security agencies, into brackets, army, police, BNI, etc., must rise and take action. Hashtag this nonsense, barbaric and colloquial acts must stop. That's from Nana, some 37 minutes ago. We have senior Kojo Sapon Jr. says it's rather unfortunate we are witnessing this kind of political childishness. The action should be condemned, and I think the security agencies, if they cannot work in their capacity, should table this to the president so actions would be taken quickly. We have Nantoma Mahamadou who says, when the NDC government came to power, people were killed in Agnogloshi. Okay, sorry, it's Abobloshi. Okay, Abobloshi. And no single person had been arrested during the 8 years tenure of the NDC administration. Why? In as much as I condemn the recent happenings, the leadership of the NDC by then should have taken a positive step what the leadership of the NPP are doing currently by condemning the act. But the NDC administration were justifying the act. You have Osmond Gandhi who says, what do you expect the leader himself is the definition of violence? We were warned and we did not listen. He got two replies, but I'm going to read Prince Nuruddin Baomia who says, these violate acts caused by the so-called invisible forces is illegal and undermine the peace in the country. We have Apana Charles who says, there is something actually going wrong somewhere. These guys are not normal at all. Andrew comes back and says, while I detest this act, I can't fathom how the Oil State government or party supporters could have the nerves to comment on this way, on the way they are doing, to the extent of some referring to this level-headed president a definition of violence. We're going to, it's a long one, we're going to move on to Yenra Pa Akufo-Addo. We have Yenra Pa Akufo-Dankwa, who says it's very wrong and the police must do its work. We live in a constitutional state. Hashtag this must stop. Abdul Hag says, my experience from such unwanted act is unhealthy to our democracy. Samia Wuku, a whole called National Youth Organizer, made a press conference with these forced to take over government assets after declaration. Okay, then Yeboah Isaac Newton says, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You can continue sharing with us your comment on some of these things we posted or some of these stories we shared on our Facebook wall, and then we will read them on air. Okay, so we're going to move on. Joy News Interactive takes a quick break, but when we come back, we take a look at the Guantanamo Bay 2 and the legacy of outgoing U.S. President Barack Obama. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Joy News Interactive. Let's move into another issue now. The Guantanamo 2, all right, they may be out of sight, but they are not quite out of mind. The court case challenging the state of on whether it acted within the law when the agreement was made to accept the two will take place on February 8, 2017. Let's go on our Facebook wall. We have a picture of the two people and a comment that we shared on our wall and asking people to also tell us what they think about this particular issue about the Guantanamo 2. Okatachie Yao Edupoku an hour ago said they should be sent out of the country immediately. Only God knows how many of our countrymen they have indoctrinated. Example of Mohammed's, okay, all right. Please, when you send us your comments, try and desist from adding any insults to it. We have Davo Aram Philip who says, we must test the laws of the land, but so far so good. I'm sure they are comporting themselves. We have Sani Mohammed who says, the case needs to be heard and the right thing must be done. Very simple. We have Kristinov who says, that's good to hear. Their judgment at the end will enlighten all of us. We believe in them. Hashtag GNI. We have Jones Boss Rickson who says, I think it's a good idea to do that, but the law court. Okay, by the law court. Okay. We have Salufu One Hat the second who says Ghanaians can't contain them anymore. They should be driven away like Mahama. We have Yabua Isaac Newton who says they came with Mahama now. They came with Mahama. Now he is now okay. They came with Mahama now, and then he continues to write other things. And we have Mufti Van Gaal who says rule of law must work. So these are some of the comments on our Facebook wall. We're going to read a couple more. We have Damas who says they should be sent back to where they belong. We have Prince Nuruddin who says rule of law still remains the apex. Henrietta Mante says Obama is leaving, so should they. Obama is leaving, so should they leave. Okay, some of your messages are not clear. We have Kingsley Odame says more will be coming to Ghana. Prince Living says rule of law prevails. And then Don Jane Asante says where are their money? So you can still contribute to our conversation on Facebook and on Twitter. We're going to read your comments when we get there. So let's move on. Last night, early this morning, I was going U.S. President Barack Obama gave his final address to the American people. His legacy is the subject of a lot of conversation on social media. But let's go on Facebook and read a couple of your messages when we asked you about his legacy and which one you remember. We have Mate who says, well, he did his best and still inspired a younger generation about speech and for the morality. It is a lesson we will learn and advise ourselves. Well done, and yes, we can draw a lesson from his bad morals and lack of respect for GH, hashtag G2, which is Gitmo2, hashtag Joy News Interactive. We have Figo Darling who says, oh, you mean what do I think of his legacy? He sent back our uncles and brothers after his party lost in 2016 elections, and that's the only thing I can remember. We have Nantoma Mahamadou who says, from Boko, for me, as a Pan-Africanist, Obama has left no legacy. He comes back to write from Boko. The role his administration played in the killing of Colonel Gaddafi, very painful. We have Hassan Bako Shatta who says, he is always gentle and so shall he be. We were expecting this from JM. Eric Bisiu says, unless you ask the Americans because their economy is different from us, same time, he is not the world president. Simple. Mufti says, if not the approval, useless gay. Yeah, okay, I understand what he's talking about. Prince Nuruddin says, posterity will judge him. Gandhi says, he left gay. Where is Aisha? Okay, we have John Boateng who says, okay, all right. Prince Living says gay marriage hopeless. James says gay marriage useless. Lucio says gay and he's a big fraud. Okay, so all your comments are all about gay, gay, gay because the Obama administration approved on this gay policy in the United States, which got us thinking. Outgoing President John Mahama was supposed to go on or go on a farewell or thank you tour, but that was put on hold, and he reserved his final words for the State of the Nation address. But before I take a look at some of your comments on a possible farewell speech for his ex-president John Dramani Mahama. So let's go on Facebook and read a couple of your comments about what you would expect Mahama to say in his farewell message or speech. Yusuf says, this is what ex-President Mahama would have said, in quotes, be thankful for your blessings and never doubt your struggles. Don't ask why they happened. Just be thankful for the strength they gave you and thankful to Allah. And then Akufo-Addo says, he will say a lot. Like, next time, if given opportunity to govern, I will open my eyes to all corruption scandals and punish corporates. He will also say that he regrets his own appointment because most were arrogant. We have Ken Gorazo, who says he will plagiarize like all others, including Obama, laughing aloud. We have Salifu One Heart, who says he should just wish Nanado all the best and move on. Musa Mubarak says, I think he would have added in his speech that, and I quote, indeed Ghanaians at whole have short memories. Slim says he would say nothing than just to prove and defend his so-called good name and hard-earned reputation. Hashtag dead goat syndrome. We have Yenrapa Akufo-Addo says, let's allow Ghana to be peaceful and please give me the house. Ernest Agboga says, why this question? Because he didn't make a stolen speech of. Okay, we're going to read other comments that are beneath this one. Al-Hassan Habib says he couldn't have any farewell message to deliver. That's why he didn't. Elias Amachi says he should thank us for being honest with him. Lincoln says, okay. Siao Eric Addo, join news. Okay, we have Kwabena Sibu Friye all commenting. Leslie Bivat says leave GM alone. Leslie comes back to write something else. We have Tindana who says, is this one to a question? All right, so we have a lot of people sending in their comments on this particular topic. Tihulu says only political speech he will give, and we have Emmanuel Papa says Ghanaians made the dead goats for your for the knife. Okay, it's not clear. JM to opposition from Prince Living. So yeah, these are some of the comments on Facebook. You can still send in your comments. We're going to read them whilst we go on the show. It has been a fantastic time with you. I believe that we're still going to meet again tomorrow to talk about what is trending on social media, what people are saying on Twitter and on Facebook. It's been amazing having you here on Joy News. Don't change. Stay with us.